Margo, it's Draper.
Oh, Draper, darling. Hello, how are you? How was your business trip?
Very productive. I learned a great deal.
Well, April was terribly unhappy to have you out of town last night. It's too bad you had to stay over.
I'm afraid she's not much happier now that I'm back. I'm very angry, Margo.
Why did things go that badly?
Look, Margo, I want to talk to you. I want to see you right away.
Oh, you mean you and April?
No, Margo, just me. April wants to come with me, but I won't let her. She's not going to like what I have to say.
What do you mean?
Margo, when I was in New York, I didn't go there just to see a client. I saw David Henson's widow.
Oh, yes, I heard that he had died, the poor man.
I'm sure that makes you very sad, Margo, especially since the two of you were such good friends. Mrs. Henson told me exactly how good. She also told me that her husband would have done anything for you.
Look, whatever she told you was probably grossly exaggerated. I'm afraid the woman does not like me very much.
Look, Margo, I'll be over there in half an hour. We'll talk about it then.
No, Draper, don't come over when you're in such a bad mood. You probably say something you'll regret. Look, call me tomorrow and we'll set up a meeting.
No, Margo, it's going to be tonight. If I don't get the answers to these questions, I swear to God, you'll never set foot in my house again.
All right, but not right this minute. I have an errand I have to take care of. Could you make it in about an hour?
I'll see you then. She's going to see me in an hour. She's got an errand to run.
Why are you getting ready to go now? I mean, it only takes a half an hour to get over
Because
there.
I'm going to go for a drive. You said to cool down.
Draper, look, please, why don't you just wait until tomorrow, huh? I mean, things always look a little brighter in the morning.
No,
you know?
April. I've got to take care of this tonight.
Then I'm going with you.
No. Just stay right here. Try to understand.
No! Draper? Draper! Don't go!
Hello, Nicole, it's April.
Oh, April. How are you?
Well, I'm not too good. Actually, I feel kind of sick.
Is it the baby?
No, I'm sorry. It's Draper and it's Margo. Listen, is Miles there? I have to talk to him.
No, he isn't here. Maybe he's at the office, or he could be at police headquarters.
Damn it, I was hoping he could help me.
Well, is there something I can do?
Oh, no, listen, thanks. Anyway, here you are just home from the hospital. Your husband isn't with you?
No, listen, I'm all right. All I've got is a little throbbing around the stitches. Mrs. Goodman is upstairs without him. All I have to do is lie around, take it easy.
Speaking of which, I want to apologize for not getting over to the hospital today to bring you home. I
It wasn't necessary. Nancy did an excellent job of pickup and delivery.
What about Miles? I mean, have you seen him at all today?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. But what about you? I'm worried about you. What's going on over there?
Oh, nothing. My husband just stormed out of the house. That's all. Did you have a fight? Well, I wish it were that simple. Nicole, you knew that that Draper was in New York, and, well, while he was there, he found out why he didn't get that job.
You found out? From whom?
From the widow of the man who kept him from getting it. Look, it's a long story. Margo pressured Henson to keep Draper from getting the job. I've known that for a while.
She what?
Yeah. And Draper knows?
Yes, and it turns out the facts are even worse than I thought they were. And Draper couldn't wait to go over to confront Margo with them.
Maybe you should have gone over there with him.
I wanted to. He wouldn't let me. I'm sorry. Look, I just thought that Miles could do something about it.
That he could go over there and do something. I don't know.
Wish there was something I could do to help.
Are you feeling up for having company?
Yes, of course.
I just can't spend this time waiting by myself. Look, I'll jump in my car. I'll be over there in a little bit. Look, maybe Miles will have called or he'll be home by the time I get there.
I wouldn't count on it.
I just feel better being around friends.
Yeah. You sure you're up for it?
Yeah, I'm well enough. Come on over. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Well, how'd it go, Dennis?
Well, okay, for the first day on the job. You know, I didn't know there was so much paperwork involved in a job like this.
You'll get used to it. Everyone's real security-minded these days. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Well, I see you got everybody checked in and out.
Oh, you know, I didn't even try to get the names like you told me.
Nah, don't bother with that for a while. Hey, must be over 100 tenants on this side of the building. Tell you one thing, though. Security really pays off. Only been one robbery in this place since it was built. Penthouse.
Oh, the TV lady. Mrs. Dorn?
Mrs. Dorn. Claimed she was burglarized. Asked me it was an inside job. But except for that one thing, we've got about the safest place in town here.
I don't know, Deborah. I just don't know. Nola must be absolutely mad. I mean, what did she think she was doing? Dressing up as some old woman to spy on you? To poison you?
That is the truth, Owen.
Oh.
And that explains everything that's been happening to me. You know what bothers me is that she's been trying to poison me all this time, and there's absolutely no way that I can prove that she's been doing that. All the evidence has been destroyed. So all I've got is this crazy woman running around in a mask. And boy, if you had seen Martha Corey, you would have known she looked exactly like Hester Atherton.
Well, of course, that's where she got the idea. Oh, Nola's really good at makeup. She designed Hester Atherton's makeup herself.
Oh, now she's on to Martha Corey for her next creation.
I mean, did she really think that she was going to get away with this? I mean, once the movie came out,
But
you
the
were going to
movie wasn't going to be out for 4 or 5 months. She's had plenty of time to play this little joke on me.
And you're sure that you've never seen her in this makeup?
No, of course not. You had a closed set. You didn't allow any visitors.
Yeah.
Steve and I never saw what Hester Atherton looked like. In fact, I have never even seen Nola more than twice in my whole life. I'm not one of her favorite visitors, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You know, there was one person who visited your set.
Oh, who was that?
My doctor, Miles Cavanaugh. In fact, he was the one who told Steve about the resemblance.
Well, my God, why didn't he mention something about this before?
I don't know.
Oh, God, Deborah, I just feel terrible about this. I really do. I mean, it's my fault, really. It is. I mean, I got you into this mess.
Owen, it wasn't anything you did. I knew I was getting involved with a married man who had a difficult wife.
You don't know how difficult. I mean, did she really think this was going to do any good? I mean, what did she think she was doing? Blackening your name? Is that it?
Well, look, that's exactly what I think she was trying to do. Look, she told you that I'd been raped, right? That wasn't true. She knows that she's lost you, but she still insists on trying to hurt me. I don't...
Even though she knew that I had lost you.
I don't know. I don't know how to read the mind of somebody like that.
Well, she must have realized that it was over between us. That it was Steve that you really cared about. You have a tough time admitting that, don't you?
It's not easy, no.
Why not? It's true. Now, come on, tell me about your weekend. I mean, where did you go?
To a cabin up north.
Huh?
We didn't stay the whole weekend, though. We got a weather report and decided that we better get back to town before we got snowbound.
Sure Steve didn't want to leave?
We're cops, Owen.
You're lovers, Deborah.
Yes, we are.
Do you love it?
Yes.
Have you told him?
I think he knows. I think that maybe he hasn't been able to accept that idea very much because I am not ready to get tied down to anyone.
Oh, I see. So even if Steve wasn't around, you still wouldn't have married me. Oh, don't worry, Deborah. I'm not going to take advantage of the fact that we're alone. I'm not going to put any pressure on you. I just want you to know one thing. As long as you're not married to Steve Guthrie, I want you to understand that there's another man in Monticello who loves you and who wants you. Excuse me. Hello? Oh, yes, Steve. Yep, she's right here. Hold on. He wants you.
Yes, Steve, where are you?
Deborah, I'm in your neighborhood. I came over to see if Mrs. Corey was in her apartment.
Oh, I'm sure she wasn't. She hasn't been there for the last 2 weeks.
No, I just saw her.
Did?
Mm-hmm. Right outside the building. Right on the corner. Nola Madison in her makeup. And when she saw me, she took off. Well, apparently she realizes we're onto her.
You think she'll go back to the apartment?
Well, I thought she might. That's why I decided to stick around here. But I guess she's not that stupid.
Steve, why do you think she came back?
I don't know. Maybe to pack up her things, move out permanently. Remove all traces of Mrs. Corey. I just realized something. I left Miles in my apartment asleep. Listen, Deborah, I have to go over there. I'll talk to you later. We'll decide what we should do with Nola Madison at another time.
Wait a minute, Steve. What are we going to do about her? We cannot arrest her.
Why not?
Well, what charge?
How about impersonating a witch?
Oh, come on. That's not a crime. You know it. I mean, there's no statute against disguising yourself.
What do you want to do? Just forget about the whole thing?
Oh, no. No. That's not what I mean. I couldn't forget about this if I wanted to. I think I'm going to talk to Mrs. Madison myself. Tell her what I think of her. Yeah, look, Steve, I've got to go now. Oh, yes, I will. Don't worry. All right, bye-bye. Well, Steve saw your wife dressed up like Mrs. Corey.
Oh, no. It's incredible. It's just incredible.
Well, it is true, Owen. I believe it. Steve believes it, especially since we saw the movie.
Actually, you haven't seen the movie yet.
Oh, well, I don't think I'd like to right now. I'm not quite in the mood. All I could see was your wife dressed up as Hester Atherton, and all I could think of was Mrs. Corey.
Deborah.
What?
Tell me, are you going to expose Nola?
Not publicly. I don't think it would do any good. Only humiliate me. I mean, here I am, a detective, and I get fooled by a disguise.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't even recognize Nola in that makeup.
I just wish Steve had caught her tonight. I believe Nola deserves everything she gets. And right now just isn't the time.
Margo made a slip of the tongue. Something about Henson that made me realize that she knew more about the whole thing than she pretended to be. So, not much else for her to do, but I forced her to admit the truth, hoping to where things get worse. I was angry, she got upset, and then she, wanted to make some kind of immediate amends, I guess, and, she called Henson while I was in the room and made him swear that he would see Draper.
He didn't.
No, and all along I thought it was his decision. Now it appears that Margo called him back when I left the room and told him to completely disregard the first phone call.
Then she lied to you. She did.
I suppose she did. And that is when Henson took off for Europe instead of seeing Draper.
Somebody else got the job.
Oh, I don't have to tell you how broken-hearted Draper was. And all he wanted to do was go break Henson's nose. In fact, he was willing to take a trip to New York to do just that.
Well, he went to New York.
Yeah. And Henson's widow told him the whole truth.
Oh, boy.
I'm worried. I'm really worried about what's going to happen next. I'm afraid of what Draper will do when he sees Margo.
He was really boiling about this?
Nicole, I have never seen him this angry, ever. It was cold. God, where's Miles? Listen, I'm going to give him a call at the office. What do you think?
Well, go ahead.
I don't usually like to disturb him there, but I mean, it is almost 8 o'clock. He couldn't have any patience now. Anything, he must be going over some forms or something.
I warned you, he might be at police headquarters.
I'll try him there.
April, there's something that I have to tell you.
What?
Roz won't be coming home tonight.
What do you mean?
He moved out. Well, that's why I didn't come by the hospital this morning to pick me up, take me home. He doesn't consider this to be home at the moment.
Oh, come on, Nicole. I mean, I can't believe that. Why would Miles do anything like that?
Well, he says he's doing it because he loves me. He's worried about what's happening to him, this crazy jealousy. He's afraid that if he stays here, something else will happen. Something worse than this.
Oh, my God, are you telling me that Miles did that?
No. He had nothing to do with this. This wasn't his doing. It wasn't. I swear, it wasn't. Now, Miles wouldn't hurt me for the world. No matter how upset he got, he wouldn't. No, and he was wrong to leave me.
Nicole, I don't understand. What could change Miles' behavior like this out of the blue?
I don't know. I told you about yesterday when Derek Mallory came over to take me to the police training grounds, and Miles went absolutely crazy. Mm-hmm. Now, he set that entire situation up himself. And that's what's so terrifying about it. I mean, he pretended to go out of town so he could trap me. And he did. He trapped me. Innocently. But not in his own mind.
Are you trying to tell me that Miles has moved out because Derek Mallory was in his house?
He feels responsible about this because I fell when he was yelling at me. He thinks that something else might happen. He's afraid of himself. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't be burdening you with this. You've got troubles of your own.
Please, no. I feel stupid. I mean, I had no idea things were this serious between you and Miles. Nicole, we've got to do something.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what's wrong. I kept telling myself over and over again that it was overwork, that he was just a little bit too tired. You know, he'd get some rest, he'd be himself again. Well, no. I don't think it's that simple.
Nicole, Miles needs medical attention.
I think so, too. But I don't know what to do. Look at the two of us. We're really a pair.
Worried sick about our husbands?
Oh, hi there, Mr. Scott. Oh, you just missed your mother-in-law by 2 seconds. She just got in and went upstairs.
Thanks.
Said you were expected, you were to go right up.
Just what I'm going to do, Oscar.
Right.
Well, good night, Oscar.
Good night, Dennis. Hey,
Huh?
did you see that one, the private elevator?
Who was he?
Mrs. Doran's son-in-law, Draper Scott. And didn't he look like the wrath of God? Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
No.
Margo? Margo?